This video is brought to you by Jacob Jones Money, my other channel where I upload other videos. Subscribe there for extra videos every single week. Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals. Alright, so today I'm going to be smoking a cigarette in Harajuku. If I had to describe what Harajuku is, I would say that it's a trendy fashion district in Tokyo, with clothing and brands that are, well, too expensive for me. I describe Harajuku as that because, well, that's my perception of it, I will acknowledge. Thankfully, though, there are some smoking areas in Harajuku. And thankfully, though, Harajuku, even though it's a bit expensive for me, is a fun place to walk around and window shop at. And so as such, well, I figured why not head over there since I'm nearby, have myself a smoke in one of the smoking areas, and just walk around a little bit and show y'all what's going on as well. And so as such, well, that's exactly what I'm doing today. But first off, I need to get across this street up here. I'm not really quite in Harajuku yet, but once I cross the street, I definitely will be like right on the edge of Harajuku, I'd say. I don't know where the exact borders are, I'll acknowledge, but all I know is that I want to cross the street, when I can at least. There we go. Crosswalk. Sign is on. All good to go. It's not super busy here today. It is a Tuesday. Harajuku is super busy on the weekend though. And it's also like 95 degrees out here right now. So it's not too busy out here by any means, but there is still a little bit of a crowd. It's a pretty trendy area, so it's pretty busy most days, I'll acknowledge. But it's not too bad by any means. I've just got to walk down a little bit down here to find the smoking area though. But I've gone ahead and found the smoking area. Got a pack of Pepe Rich Greens with me today. So I'm gonna go ahead and have a smoke in the smoking area. I will acknowledge, need some nicotine. How's it going?
You're the smoking guy, innit?
Sorry?
You're the smoking guy, innit?
It's a possibility. I do make smoking videos, I'll acknowledge. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, bro.
Hey, of course, of
Nice
course.
to meet you, man.
Hey, nice to meet you. Have a great rest of your day, my man. Stay safe. But there we go, y'all. That was my smoke. Certainly can't complain, but I'm feeling much better now that I've got some nicotine in my system, I will acknowledge. And I think I'm gonna walk around just a little bit. Huge shout out to the viewer who recognized me mid-smoke. Appreciate the support, my man. Appreciate the support. Well, I think I am gonna take a left, and I'm gonna go down here, which I don't think is a super shop-oriented alleyway, I'll acknowledge. However, I'm gonna see what's down here. I've been to Harajuku a handful of times in the past, but I don't think I've ever been down this alley, so I want to take a look at what there is, I will acknowledge. Looks like there's a memorial museum up here, Yukio Ota. So that's a type of art from Japan, and that looks like that's what the focus of the museum is. Don't think they're open anymore, though. It is after 5:30, and I think their hours said they were open only until 5:30, so not going in there today. There's the Central Church of Tokyo. Boom. Pretty interesting to see a Christian church in Japan, I'll acknowledge. I've seen a handful of them, but not that many. Saw most of the Christian churches I've ever seen in Japan in Okinawa. Oh, there's a little alleyway down here. It's a pretty quiet alleyway. Get the impression there's not too much stuff going on down here, I'll acknowledge, but that's not too bad of a thing by any means. I like a chill vibe, and Harajuku can get a bit busy sometimes, so I don't mind this by any means. We are just going to take a left over here, though, I do think, and we're going to take a look at like the main street of Harajuku, the one that's right outside of Harajuku Station, and then maybe take a look at some other streets as well, and then try to find another smoking area, because that's not the only one. There's a bunch of smoking areas all down that road. So thankfully, unlike some areas in Japan, it's actually not that hard to find smoking areas in Harajuku. It's just one of those things where they're kind of all in one area, so you do have to walk to that one area to get to them. But once you know where they are, you know where they are. Fender's shop, that's out of my price range. Not that I play any musical instruments by any means, but I do know Fender is expensive. And across the street, there's a sports store and a New Balance store that is sadly closed right now. There's also, if I remember correctly, around this corner up here, there's an Onitsuka Tiger store, I want to say, or maybe it's Asics, I can't remember which. Ooh, a nice Land Cruiser just drove by. It's like 80s Land Cruiser, very nice, love to see it. I did miss showing it to y'all, but it is what it is. I think I'm gonna take a left here. Go through this street just real quick. It's definitely a bit busy right here, I'll acknowledge. Without a doubt. We got the A6 store over there, along with a bunch of other shops. This is more of the, I'd have to describe it as being touristy area of Harajuku. Not that Harajuku isn't touristy, but it pretty much all is. But this is the most touristy area. Lots of shops that aren't super fashion-oriented, but are just shops. Oh man, passing by the stores that have the AC blasting, though, is so nice. Because it's very warm out here. There's a couple animal cafes as well. Looks like maybe an otter cafe, I want to say. I think. Not sure. There's a pig cafe. And a bunch of other clothing stores as well. And lots of music blasting, I'll acknowledge. I think I'm gonna go all the way up, I think. And then kind of take a side street back down and hit up some alleyways down there. I think that's my plan. It is a bit bright right here. Ooh. Bit bright, I'll acknowledge. There's also like a bunch of gacha shops. Gotcha. There's like a bunch of gacha shops on this road as well. I'll acknowledge this whole area, it's interesting to walk around, but it's not quite my speed. Now, if there was a Harajuku of tobacco shops, now that would be more my speed. But there's not really any tobacco shops around here, I'll acknowledge. 7-Eleven and stuff like that, but that's about the max. Train going by, JR Yamanote line, stopping at Harajuku Station. And there's the front of Harajuku, right across the street from Harajuku Station. Just took a little bit of a right, and I think I'm gonna walk up this path and take a lesser traveled path back down, I'll acknowledge. That was a bit busy for me. Now, Harajuku, from what I can tell online, it's kind of put on a pedestal as being like some sort of crazy fashion district that has all this wild, out there fashion and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't really have that perception, at least these days. Might have been that way in the 80s or 90s or early 2000s, but I don't really feel like that's the case anymore. I feel like it's a trendy, ooh, G-Wagon, very nice. Love that. But I feel like it's a, yeah, trendy, expensive, somewhat overpriced fashion district that has more of a focus on tourist-ish shops rather than like crazy out there fashion these days. And the fashion shops that are there are more focused on like a lot of streetwear and expensive like brands like that, I'd say. Got some sort of thing going on there. What is that, an idol group? I've got no idea. They're playing music, it's probably an idol group. I've got no idea. Vending machines, anything I want? I don't see no Dr. P, so I think I'm all good for the moment, I will acknowledge. But yeah, online I really do feel like this area is put up on a pedestal as being some crazy fashion district area, but yeah, I really do feel like it's more of a semi-touristy area with a lot of expensive streetwear stores rather than having like crazy fashion and stuff like that. Don't really see too many people walking around with crazy fashion, although you do every once in a while, and don't really see that many stores that's selling it either. There are some, but it's mainly streetwear, I'll acknowledge. I've got to take a right somewhere though. I've just been kind of walking down this street, I'll acknowledge, and I think I'm kind of getting out of the main Harajuku area right now. So I got to get back to there. There's a road coming up here. I think I'm going to take a right there. Nice new Land Cruiser. Another Land Cruiser down there. I think that's a Land Cruiser Prado in that beige. Wow, very unique, very interesting, I'll acknowledge. It says no smoking right there. That's such a shame. SMH my head. No smoking? Like, what am I supposed to do then? Not smoke? I don't know. Not gonna stop me. Not gonna stop me. I will not smoke there though, because I don't want to get in trouble. I'll smoke in one of the smoking areas. So actually, I guess that will stop me from smoking there. In the States though, I'll acknowledge that sign would not stop me one bit. I would still be smoking there without a doubt. Oh man, it is a bit warm today and there is not much of a breeze. If there's a breeze, it would be okay, but there's no breeze down here at all. Once again, come on. No parking either? No smoking? 2,000 yen fine? Bro, look at how many no smoking signs there are. Like, this just makes me want to smoke even more. Like, bro, holy crap. That's so many no smoking signs, it's crazy. They're like, alright, we're gonna have to make sure everybody knows they can't smoke here, so we've got to have at least 50 different signs. There's another one over there. We've got to have at least 50 different signs telling everybody they can't smoke here. No bicycle parking either, I think. No, again? Again? Bruh. Not much freedom of smoking in Harajuku, I'll acknowledge. You do really have to go to a smoking area unless you want to get in trouble. But you know, it is what it is. It ain't that big of a deal. Now, we're coming up to something I definitely want to show the video real quick. Lotus dealership. Now, I don't believe there is a Lotus dealership in my local area in the United States. I'm sure there's places that sell Lotus, but an actual Lotus dealership, I don't believe that exists. So pretty cool to see. There's a Morgan back there, a couple Lotuses in there, and one out front as well. No complaints, you know what I'm saying? Pretty cool to see. I do like my Lotuses, I'll acknowledge. I think they are very cool cars. I would not mind me a Lotus Evora if I had the money. I don't have that money. And I think I'm gonna go straight down this road. Oh, another Land Cruiser. Could go down there, but I think I'm gonna keep walking a little bit back to kinda where we were by that New Balance store that isn't open quite yet. However, I do think I am gonna take a sip of water real quick, because been walking around for the last like 20 minutes or so. Had a smoke. I need some water. My water is a bit warm though, but that's all right. It is what it is. Audi R8. Yeah, there's definitely some expensive cars around here, I'll acknowledge. And we're getting back to the busier area now. Blue Elephant flagship store. Looks like a glasses place, I think. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go. I think I'll take a left here and take a look down this alley. This is really where we start getting to the like hype beast area, I'd say. Ooh, they do have a bag shop though. That looks nice. I do like my bags, I'll acknowledge. Sneaker store, hype beast stuff. They do have Garfield, I think. That's Garfield up there, very nice. We've got the, what is it, Liberty Walk store right there. No RX-7 out front today, though. I did walk through here another time and I saw it, which was neat, I'll acknowledge. It's a cool looking car. Where do I want to go? I am thinking I want another cigarette. So I'm thinking I am gonna have one whenever I find another smoking area. They got one store called Candy Strippers. Or I guess it's Candy Stripers. But honestly, the connotation is about the same. They got a whole Ralph Lauren store, looks like. Along with Guess, and a couple others, I guess, as well. Pretty good joke there, I'll acknowledge. Plus a StockX store? Alright, I didn't know StockX actually had a location here. They got an Airstream outdoor restaurant type thing going on as well. Huh, little Bambi Airstream. Where do I want to go to now? We're coming back out to the original street I was on, just further down. I think I will go down just one street, as I think there's a shop down here that I found amusing. I can't remember. I'm just going to take a look down the alley real quick. See if it's there. I don't remember, though. I don't remember. I don't think it's this alley. I don't think it is. However, there are a bunch of Onitsuka Tiger stores. There's like 3 or 4 of them down here, if I remember correctly. But yeah, don't think there's anything else I really wanted to take a look at. I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to go find a smoking area. You definitely can tell this area is high-end because they got Cartier ads. Ooh. I love this wagon. It's giving me Aussie Ute vibes with the way the top is a little bit higher than it would be otherwise. It's a Toyota Crown Royal Saloon, according to the back of it. Very nice. And there should be a smoking area somewhere up here sometime soon. If I remember correctly, I think there should be. Oh, and there is one tobacco shop, it does appear. It's right over here. One tobacco shop. They even sell Zin there, wow. And they had 50 tins of Peace as well, Peace Unfiltered 50 tins. So that's pretty cool to see because those certainly are not sold everywhere by any means. So they've got at least a moderately good selection of smokes there. Well, I'm gonna go and have a smoke now. And there we go, y'all. Glad to have had another cigarette, I will acknowledge. Was ready for another smoke. I think I'm gonna go down this alleyway, see what's down here. And I think after I see what's down here, that's gonna be the video right there. As I've explored a little bit of Harajuku, I've had 2 smokes and I'm feeling good and ready for a little bit of dinner. So I think I'm gonna go get me some of that in a few minutes, I will acknowledge. There is one shop right here. I don't know what it's called, but the logo is pretty amusing. And this is very much the hype beast area, I'd say. And I think Carhartt Whip might be down here as well, maybe Supreme, I can't remember. They got Stussy in there. They got the Supreme store right there. They got a Bathing Ape store. This is the hypebeast area, I'll acknowledge. They got Huff. They got Kickslab, I don't know what that is. Probably a shoe store. And they got the only store that I'm actually really super interested in checking out, Carhartt Work in Progress. I do like my Carhartt clothing, and I do like the idea of Carhartt Whip as a line, but it is too expensive for me, I'll acknowledge. Well, no complaints on my behalf, though. Very glad to have, smoked a cigarette in Harajuku today. Smoked more than one. Smoked 2 cigarettes in Harajuku today. Very glad to have done that. And I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my website, all in the description down below. Go check it all out. Appreciate y'all watching. To the next one, stay safe and peace, and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?